What's good, folks? So, we have a special, well, not so special. So I finished the NFL Pro Set Series 1 looking for that ever elusive Vince Lombardi trophy. Now, the rumors that's supposed to be in Series 1, I have a few more boxes of Series 1. I'll open those in the near future. But I was at my local card shop, and on his shelf he had Series 2. And I thought to myself, you know what? Since I've already opened up Series 1, I'll go ahead and try and open up Series 2. He had it for relatively cheap. I think he had it like 20, 25 bucks or something like that. And I said, you know what? I'll give it a shot. Have some fun here. See what we have going on. So, before we open, if you guys would like to like, share, and subscribe and help out the channel, that would be most appreciated. I think I'm still at 4 subscribers, but we're on that elusive trek to 100 subscribers, and then we'll move on to bigger and better things like 1,000 or whatever else. But anyway, if you want to help out the channel, that would be much appreciated. But let's go ahead and get started with the 1990 Pro Set. If I remember correctly, maybe we'll see Santa Claus in here, or maybe we'll see Troy Aikman. I know in the Series 1 we had a lot of the Super Bowl cards. I don't remember seeing, I don't know if we'll see Steve Young in here or not. But, you know what, 1990, I didn't watch as much football as I do now. I watched a lot of basketball at the time, and baseball. Football was just not my jam just yet. I started watching a lot more football in the mid-90s, especially with the 49ers playing as well as they were. I was a huge fan of Steve Young at the time. And so, anyway. So we'll see what we get. Maybe we'll get some Troy Aikman, maybe some Dion, maybe we'll, I don't know, Bill Belichick. I think he's 1991, so we probably won't get his rookie card just yet. But I'll keep a lookout for a 91 Pro Set, and maybe open one of those in the future. So we'll go ahead and get started. I think we have 36 packs here at 14 or 15 cards a pack, so we'll have some fun. Of course, we have the ever win with the NFL, which I don't think we need that. I think my chances are forever no longer gonna happen. All right, we have Kevin Green. We have Ronnie Lott. Looks like we have Pro Bowl pick cards here. We have Matt Millen. Wasn't he like the GM of Detroit or something like that? Hobie Brenner. Kurt Jarvis. Mike Johnson. Jay Schroeder. Reggie Roby. Frank Minifield. Anthony Miller. Jeff Owen Hockey. Greg McMurtry. Mike Bellamy. Chris Carter. And then we have, for the best, we have the MVP of the Super Bowl 19, Joe Montana. We'll keep a count of see how many of these. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep those or throw them away. All right, Pro Bowl, Charles Mann, and then we have Tim Harris, Kirk Loudermilk. Okay, Floyd Turner, Reuben Davis, Ricky Reynolds, Marcus Allen with the Raiders, John Offerdahl, Rodney Peete, Chet Brooks, Ken Haverdink, Houston Hoover. Wow. Then we have a, not sure what this is. Pro Set 22nd Annual Pro Football Hall of Fame Photo Contest. So I guess it's just this third place. I don't know. Emmitt Smith. Looks like we have his official rookie card here. That's pretty cool. So we have an Emmitt Smith rookie. Because it says first draft I mean, 1990 draft first round. Then we have a Doug Williams. So that might be something worthwhile looking at and holding on to. Let me get my my little card saver here. I'm gonna go ahead and save that so it doesn't get too dinged. These cards are kind of flimsy. So that was pretty cool. Alright. We have Henry Ellard, Rich Camarillo, Rick Finney, Mark Bortz, Webster Slaughter, Kevin Fagan, Max Montoya, You Killed My Father, Andre Rison with the Falcons, Jesse Solomon, Izell Jenkins, Peter Tom Willis. Then we have Wendell Davis. Then we have another contest card, and Jeff Campbell. And then we have Marcus Allen. The Pro Bowl used to be in Hawaii, and I lived in Hawaii during that time, and I will admit that as luxurious as people thought Hawaii was, it was okay. It was an okay experience, but I do know not too many people were excited about the Pro Bowl. Jeff Hostetler. We have John Robinson. Then we have Tim Irvin, Sean Gale, Roland James, Fred Smirlis, Mike Munchak, Tim McKyer, Danny Noonan, Tony Woods, Walter Reeves, Mike Fox. The Falcons are back in black. As much as good as that did. Was that Jerry Glanville, the coach? Lamar Lathan, Tom Hodson, and Harvey Martinez, MVP of Super Bowl 12. So it looks like Series 1, we went over the Super Bowls. And for Series 2, we're going over the MVPs. I think I just card was stuck to it. There we go. Alright, we have Mark Bavaro, Randall Cunningham, Walter Stanley, Jay Hilgenberg, oh my goodness, Eric Ball, Hardy Nickerson, oh wow, Warren Moon, Johnny Rembert, Dennis Gibson, Ray Donaldson, Ronald Lewis, Steve Brossard, the commissioner at the Berlin Wall. I wonder how much he took home. Fred Barnett. And then we have looks like we have a rookie card for Eric Green. And then we have a Terry Bradshaw MVP of Super Bowl 13. Terry Bradshaw. He's getting a little long in the tooth there. But don't we all? Alright, Frank Reich, quarterback for the Bills. Then we have Jackie Slater, Raven Caldwell, Carl Lee, Tim Crumry. Then we have Mark Carrier, Christian Okoye, Jeff Cross, Greg Montgomery, Rod Bernstein, Harold Green, Andre Collins, another contest card, Todd Kalis, and another Super Bowl MVP with Joe Montana as the QB for the 49ers. Alright, Bruce Smith with the Bills, Lewis Sharp, Hassan Jones, Rod Woodson, Mike Webster, Boomer Esiason, Rodney Holman, Jesse Tuggle with the Falcons, Alan Pinkett, Jack Trudeau, Mike Buck, Quinn Early, Quinn Late, Cortez Kennedy, and then we have John Riggins for the Super Bowl 27 with the Redskins. Wasn't Mark Rippon the quarterback that year? I'm pulling on some old memories. I remember watching a few Super Bowls back in the late 80s. Alright, Pete Metzelaars. Ron Wolfe, Ken Stills, Dave Waymer, Chris Spellman, James Bruce Kozerski, Dan Saliuma, Terry Kennard, Michael Young, Fred Washington, Terry Wooden, Alex Gordon, the American Bowl in Tokyo. That's pretty cool. It's the Broncos versus the Seahawks. Then Super Bowl 1, we have Bart Starr, MVP. So yeah, there was a few Super Bowls I missed. Maybe even Super Bowl 1990, if I remember correctly. Simply because was living in Hawaii since you were, the Super Bowl starts around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so it was basically noon in Hawaii. And the cool thing was that since so many people were watching the Super Bowl, my friends and I could go to the local gym, and we could play basketball, and the gym would be completely empty. So those of us that weren't interested in watching football, we could go there and play for a few hours and have the whole gym to ourselves. And then, it would hit around 3:30, and people would start showing up at the gym because the game was over. But we'd have a good old time. Lionel Manuel, Neil Anderson, Trace Armstrong, Bill Romanowski, Thomas Everett, Mark May, Cedric Jones, Jeff Donaldson, Mark Jackson, David Treadwell, Cedric Mack, Keith Woodside, Ken Clark, Kevin Call, and our MVP is Franco Harris. That was the end of our first stack of the Pro Bowl set. Alright, Eddie Murray. Didn't he play with the Dodgers? Shane Conlon, Jim Harbaugh, Jeff Bostic, Lee Williams, Brian Noble, Albert Lewis, Jamie Holland, Tom Thayer, Mike Ken, Joe Phillips, Reggie Cobb, the American Bowl in Berlin, Rams versus the Chiefs. Then we have a rookie card of Ben Smith for the Eagles. And then we have another Terry Bradshaw Super Bowl MVP for Super Bowl 14. I know for a fact I did not see that game. One thing I can say about the early 80s was I had absolutely no interest whatsoever in football. Alright, we have Eric Allen, Kent Hull, Mike Tomczak, Dermody Dawson, Mike Lansford, Ken Rutgers, Wes Hopkins, Ron Brown, Brian Blades, Dennis Smith, Anthony Johnson, Eric Davis, Howard Ballard, Alton Montgomery, and then another Joe Montana for Super Bowl 19. So I believe that was his third one. Which I'm sure at that time he was impressing his greatness upon a very young Tom Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Joey Browner, Eric Dorsey, Donnell Woodford, Reggie Rutland, Michael Stewart, Brian Brennan, Mike Pitts, Doug Waddell, Andy Heck, Greg Cragen, Leroy Butler, James Francis. And then we have a second round draft pick, Jeff Alm. And then we have Alexander Wright, another second round draft pick. And then lastly we have, for Super Bowl 22, Doug Williams. Sterling Sharp, Sean Landetta, Lawrence Taylor, Rich Gannon, Gary Anderson, Eugene Marv, Lionel Washington, Seth Joyner, Ken Ross, Mike Babb, Ken Davidson, Vince Buck, John Bailey. I'm sorry. Then we have a first round draft pick of Andre Ware. And then we have Alan Weingrad. And then we have Marcus Allen again. Oh, almost dropped Marcus. Excuse me. Guy McIntyre, Perry Williams, Keith Jackson. I am for real. Anyway, Robert Massey, Ron Hall, Randy Grimes, Howie Long, Terry McDaniel, Greg Rakoczy, John Raid with the Falcons, Anthony Smith, Mark Carrier. Then we have the NFL's Overseas Appeal card, Chris Carter again, and then we have Harvey Martin with Super Bowl 12 with the Cowboys. Good old Harvey. You know, we're going to move Emmitt Smith over here. Just give him a little bit more shine. So far, that's been the best thing on this set. Not hating this set too much. We've got some Joe Montanas. We got some other cards. Oh, Jerry Rice, Pro Bowl card. That's another good one. Another good one. Joe Montana. It looks like we get a little bit of marking there, so that card's kind of damaged. Oh well. Reggie White. Then we have Joel Hilgenberg, Eric Hill, Broderick Thomas, Thomas Benson, Ricky Ellison, James Dixon, Keith Taylor, Pat Terrell, Keith McCants. And then we have another NFL card. I can't remember. Then we have another rookie card of the great one, Emmitt Smith. And then Terry Bradshaw once again. So we have pulled 2 Emmitt Smith rookie cards in this box. At this rate, we should pull 1, maybe 2 more, which is not a complaint for me. Roger Craig, Pro Bowl. Then we have Randall McDaniel, Gerald Williams, James Thornton, Kevin Mack, Joe Wolf, Byron Evans, Greg Bell, Rufus Porter, Mel Gray, Jeff George, rookie card, Dexter Carter, first round rookie card. And then we have another Pro Bowl prospect with Jeff Campbell. And then we have another Joe Montana, Super Bowl 26 MVP. Jeff George, I think, didn't he play for Atlanta for a little bit? Alright, we have Doug Smith, Tom Newberry, Brett Jones, Ron Rivera, Freddie Joe Nunn, Clay Matthews, Ron Heller, Ray Bentley, Kelly Stouffer, Steve Wash. He had been traded from the Cowboys to Looks like the Saints. Frank Stams. Brian Vlados. And then we have another 22nd Annual Procos Hall of Fame Photo Contest. So it's just a contest card. Then we have a first round draft pick of Lamar Lathan. And then we have John Riggins. I don't think I'll be joining the photo contest contest. Will we see Santa Claus here? Maybe. That would be pretty cool if we ran into Santa Claus in this set. Oh. Vaughn Johnson, Ronnie Lott, Matt Millen, William the Refrigerator Perry, Tom Tupa, Anthony Bell, Jay Schroeder, Jim McMahon, Robert Perryman, Dennis McKinnon, Derek Hill, Pro Bowl Willie Pergis, and we have a second round draft pick of Mike Bellamy, and then we have another Pro Bowl prospect with Tom Hodson, and lastly Bart Starr with Super Bowl number 1. I will admit, it is a bucket list on mine to go see a live Super Bowl. There was one here in Atlanta a few years ago, but tickets were just a little too much. Alright, Odessa Turner, Bill Fralick, Roy Horde, Barry Sanders Pro Bowl, Steve Young, awesome. I think I'll hold on to that for my own personal collection. Mark Wilson, Bruce Armstrong, Ed Reynolds, Steve Sewell, Mike Ken with the Falcons, and I'm gonna put this back over here. Dennis Brown, Aaron Wallace, Eric Andolsek, American Bowl in Montreal, and lastly we have Larry Zonka. I guess he was the running back for the Dolphins and Super Bowl 8. Well, that was an awesome set. Got good old Steve Young. Otis Anderson, Brent Fullwood, Don Warren, Jerry Ball, Barbara Paris, Bobby Humphrey, Michael Haynes, Brent Williams, Mike Gann, Dennis Smith, Bernard Clark, Richmond Webb, Bern Broster. Then we have the contest, and then we have a Fred Volentnikoff with the Raiders. And we have some interesting MVPs. Not like today where typically the MVP is the quarterback. I mean, obviously you saw Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw, but there was a few other ones that I did not recognize their names. Alright, Myron Guyton, Steve Jordan, Vesti Jackson, John Taylor, Jerry Holmes, Alvin Wright, Pharrell Edmonds, David Galloway, William Fuller, Greg Cragen, James Williams, Junior Seau, rookie card, first round. That's a keeper there. Rest in peace, Steve Grogan. Then we have the Raiders decide to stay in LA for another few years before they went back to Oakland. Super Bowl II, Bart Starr. So, now I don't remember when the Raiders decided to stay in LA, but I was out there in, I think it was 95, where the Rams initially stated they were staying in, they were moving to St. Louis, and a lot of us in California were like, okay, that's fine, you can leave. And then I think it was 2 months later where the Raiders went, well, we're moving back to Oakland. And LA went without a football team for, what, 20 years? It was insane. Alright, we have Mark Rippon, Tim McDonald, Dennis Gentry, Russ Grimm, Dave Brown, Leslie O'Neill, Farrell Edmonds, Dave Fulcher, Eugene Daniel, Mike Babb, Ray Agnew, Robert Blackman, second round draft pick. Then we have first round, Rob Moore, Stan Humphries, and then Len Dawson, quarterback for the Chiefs, Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl number 4. Gary Zimmerman, Pat Swilling, Dan Hampton, Joe Jacoby, Ronnie Harmon, Tony Mandarich, Pete Stoyanovich, Anthony Munoz, Jeff Herod, John Raid, Percy Snow, Rodney Hampton, Mark Spindler, Tony Stargell. Then a new NFL superhero. We have Super Pro. Okay, well, that was unexpected, so I'm going to hold on to that one. Then we have Richard Dent, the defensive end, MVP for Super Bowl number 20. I did not expect to see this card, so I am going to I am going to put this one in a. Not only am I going to put it in a card saver here, but I'm going to put this bad boy in a top loader because this one has completely befuddled me. I did not know anything about this one, so that that one is quite interesting. I'm going to do some research on that one, because that one I was not expecting at all. All right, Dalton Hilliard, Don Beebe. Wasn't he the one who was it in the Super Bowl against the Bills versus the Cowboys, where what's his name was it Leon Lett who was returning the fumble, and he slowed down and Don Beebe caught up with him and knocked it out of his hand. James Hasty. Folks, if in the comics, if you could say if I'm correct on that or not. Tunch Ilkin, Courtney Hall, Chris Jackie, Jeff Dellenbeck, Steve Puller, Gerald McNeil, Keith Taylor, Darian Connor with the Falcons, second round draft pick. Then we have a first round draft pick, Darrell Thompson with the Packers. And another second round, Dan Owens. Then we have what? We have 2 contest cards? Ah, come on. Then we have Joe Montana, MVP. All right, Keith Millard. And then we have a Thurman Thomas. Awesome. Stan Brock. Ray Berry. Robert Del Pino. Kurt. I was going to say Kurt Warner with the Rams. I'm like, I don't think so. But, there is the shot that, 10 years earlier, there was a different Kurt Warner. But, wow, that caught me off guard. All right, Mark Duper. Hayward Jeffries, Tim Green with the Falcons, Jack Trudeau, Keith McKellar, second round draft pick Keith Sims. Then we have Mark Vlasic. Then we have the NFL Goes International. Then we have a Jerry Rice MVP Super Bowl 23. So I guess Joe Montana wasn't cutting it out that year. Kurt Warner. I'm like, nah, I don't think so, bub. Chris Dolman. Andre Reed with the Bills. Tim Dombrowski. Alfred Anderson. Mark Lee. Doug Smith. Scott Case with the Falcons. Bruce Matthews. Ken Lanier. Michael Young. Tim Grunhard. Second round draft pick. First round draft pick. Ronaldo Turnbull. Then we have Robert Awalt. Man, that corner jacked up big time, isn't it? Then we have a second round draft pick, Reggie Rembert, who was traded to Cincinnati. Or to the Jets. Oh, for the New York Jets to Cincinnati. Helps if I read. Then we have Joe Namath, MVP of Super Bowl number 3. Man, that one card. Goodness gracious. I'll put that Super Pro card right there. Wasn't 1990 the year Fox got the television rights and just totally blew CBS out of the picture with the NFL? Alright, we have Pro Bowl. David Maggette, Leon Seals, Eric McMillan, Todd Bowles, Jeff Query, David Richards, Darren Cherry, Scott Davis, Michael Brooks, David Treadwell. We have, with the Falcons, Oliver Barnett. Second round draft pick, Ron Cox. Then we have American Bowl in London. Then we have the Ron Stallworth. And lastly, Phil Simms with the Giants for Super Bowl 21. We are down to our final, was it 9 packs here. Maybe we'll pull something close to the Super Pro. Maybe we'll pull Santa Claus. I don't think the Vince Lombardi trophy is here, but if it is, I will not complain. Alright, Kevin Green. Tim Harris. Kirk Loudermilk. Hobie Brenner, I'm sorry. Kurt Jarvis. Mike Johnson. Marcus Allen. Reggie Roby. Frank Minifield. Goodness gracious. Patrick Allen. Jeff Olenaki. Greg McMurtry. Then the Falcons are back in black. And then Blair Thomas. And then Franco Harris. So a complete repeat of what we saw earlier. I think in the first stack. So if this is all the same, then we should get another Emmitt Smith rookie card. Alright. Charles Mann. Mike Singletary. Rick Finney. Floyd Turner. Reuben Davis. Raymond Claiborne. Max Montoya. John Offerdahl. Curtis Duncan. Sean Jones. Then we have Kevin Haverdink. Then we have a Houston Hoover with the Falcons. And then the commissioner at the Berlin Wall again. He goes there a lot, apparently. First round draft pick, Eric Green. And then we have Larry Zonka, Super Bowl MVP. And that commissioner really wanted a piece of that Berlin Wall. He just kept going back. Maybe you found a good secondary market for Berlin Wall chunks. Alright. Henry Ellard. Rich Camarillo. Tim Irwin. Mark Bortz. Webster Slaughter. Wow. Kevin Fagan. Mike Munchak. Andre Rison with the Falcons. Jesse Solomon. Robert Clark. Peter Tom Willis. Wendell Davis. Then we have Todd Kalis. And lastly, Fred Biletnikoff. He was a wide receiver. Wow. Jeff Hostetler. Then we have Pro Bowl coach John Robinson. Tim Irwin again. Sean Gale. Roland James. Fred Smerlis. Warren Moon. Tim McKyer. Danny Noonan. Kevin Glover. Then we have Ronald Lewis. Second round draft pick Mike Fox. Then we have first round draft pick Cortez Kennedy. Then we have Bart Starr. Golly, he looks like like he's the poster child for that new movie called Nobody. He just looks like he was beat up beat up on the bus on the way to work. Alright, Mark Bavaro, Randall Cunningham, Pro Bowl, Walter Stanley, Jay Hilgenberg, Eric Ball, Hardy Nickerson, Kristen Okoye, Johnny Rembert, Dennis Gibson, Danny Stubbs, second round draft pick Harold Green, first round draft pick Steve Broussard with the Falcons, Alex Gordon, American Bowl in the Tokyo, Andre Rison, was traded to Atlanta. And then we have Len Dawson, Super Bowl 4. So we got two Andre Rison cards, right? His actual Falcons card, and then that card where shows he got traded. Alright, Frank Reich with the Bills. Jackie Slater. Raven Caldwell, Carl Lee, Tim Crumry, Mark Carrier, Rodney Holman, Jeff Cross, Greg Montgomery, Keena Turner, Mike Buck, Andre Collins, Ken Clark, Kevin Call, and Richard Dent for the Bears, MVP of Super Bowl 20. We have 3 packs to go. I'll go ahead and just of this box. We have 2 Emmitt Smith rookie cards. Thought we have a third one by now, but that's okay. 1 Junior Seau rookie card, which is pretty cool. And we have Super Pro. Bruce Smith with the Bills. Lewis Sharp. Hassan Jones, Rod Woodson, Mike Webster, Boomer Esiason, Bruce Kozerski, Jesse Tuckle with the Falcons, Alan Pinkett, Mike Schuler, Fred Washington, Quinn Early, Quinn Late, Eric Andelsek, American Bowl in Montreal, and then Joe Montana was MVP of Super Bowl 24. Two packs to go. We can go ahead and separate these out. It's unfortunate what happened to Junior. Lionel Manuel, Neil Anderson, Trace Armstrong, Bill Romanowski, Thomas Everett, Mark May, didn't we get Bruce Armstrong earlier? I have to look. I guess not. Maybe I was just Bruce Armstrong, Jeff Donaldson, Mark Jackson, Pat Beach, Dennis Brown, second round draft pick for the 49ers, Keith Woodside, Steve Grogan. Then we have the Raiders stayed in LA, and Joe Namath. I thought I had some deja vu there, but apparently I was mistaken. Wonder if we're gonna get a movie on Super Pro. Apparently that didn't last too long because Super Pro was Nowhere to be seen. All right, last pack. Pete Metzelars, Ron Wolfley, Ken Stills, Dave Weimer, Chris Spielman, James Brooks, Cedric Jones, Dan Saliuma, Terry Kennard, Dave Krieg, Cedric Mack. Second round, Terry Wooden. First round, Bern Brostek. And then our last card is Jerry Rice. So, no Dion. No, well, we did get a Steve Young, and we got some Joe Montana MVP cards. But these were, in my opinion, probably the best cards of this entire box here. And that was the 2 rookie cards of Emmitt Smith and the 1 rookie card of Junior Seau. And then to top it all off, we got a new NFL hero. We got Super Pro. So we didn't get Santa Claus or the Vince Lombardi trophy, which I wasn't expecting it anyway, so no disappointment there. But we got the next best thing. And I'm going to do some research and look into that and see if that one's worth having a grade, or possibly seeing if I don't know. I knew nothing about this card. I've looked at this set in other videos, and for some reason it never crossed my path. Anyway, what did you guys think of this box break of the 1990 Pro Set Series 2? Would you like to see more of these of 1990? Would you like to see 1991? I think I'll get one of those in the near future. I'm really liking these retro football, and I've already done Upper Deck. I think I have a box of Tops. I forget which year I bought, so I'll probably get some more Pro Sets and some more Tops football of the early 90s, as long as they stay relatively cheap, because I'm trying to stay under $50 for the most part. But if it is worthwhile, I might grab something a little bit more. But tell me what you think. Post in the comments below. And thank you so much for taking your time and watching me open up another box of cards. This has been so much fun. I enjoy doing this each and every single week. I look forward to my weekends just so I can do this and share this with you. But if you would like to help out the channel, please hit that like button, hit the share button, and for the most part, you can always hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel. Like to grow a little bit more, and just so more people can be exposed to this, and we can all experience this together. And if I can grow some more, I would be more than happy to do some live streams, maybe even some giveaways. Who knows? Maybe in the future, I might even give away Super Pro. Who knows? But the future is wide open. But we've got to start off with with all the help and support I can get. Anyway, thanks so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time.